Hi, I'm Rebecca Frazier, and I'll be talking to you about media and objectivity, and whether or not I believe that media can be objective or not. First, I'm going to start with the definition. The definition of objectivity is the quality of being objective, absent or a lack of bias. I do agree that media cannot be objective, and it cannot exist and does not exist, as everybody is a product of their belief system and their environment, the way they grew up. Their experiences in life lead them to certain bias that they have, that we hold, and the belief systems that we believe. We, in this society today, talk about how we want to be open-minded and we don't want to judge others, and everybody's free to believe what they want to believe, and we don't want to step on anybody's toes. And I feel like this is a problem because it ends up contradicting our own belief system. If I believe that abortion is wrong, but I need to be objective and open-minded about people in abortion, aren't I contradicting my own belief system by trying to be open-minded? To me, basically pretending like I'm not against abortion, even though I am. So we say we're going to agree to disagree, but how long can this really go on? Because when we watch the news stories or TV shows or listen to radio shows or read newspapers and magazines, they have an agenda, and their agenda is usually based on what the network believes and how they see it and how they portray it. Or it is portrayed based on the perspective of the individual that wrote the article or the show or the movie. Postman talks about how media is changing the world and replacing the written word, and we're constantly focused on quick, fast, and just get the information, which gives us a lack of knowledge on any topic. We know a lot, but it's very thin and not in depth. So that does add to how we view things in the world too. If we don't have a great knowledge and we only see a little bit of everything, we're not masters in anything. So people love to tell stories, and Turner, the movies do that really well. And Turner talks about children don't like to hear, hey, tell me an interesting fact, but rather they want to read me a story. And then stories come from the perspective of whoever's writing it again. And then McLuhan takes it a step further and talks about how we're becoming the tribal man, and our society isn't individualized anymore because we get information in masses and not having that independence of sitting down and reading something ourselves, but seeing it from a media standpoint. And then media controls what information we hear and what we end up, the perspective of what they want us to know. They have a lot of control, and if we're not careful, they can even change our belief system to showing their beliefs. Then Turner goes on to talk about in movies, in that he says the perceived absence of God usually brings resignation rather than celebration. So in the end, I found that if we look at something from a Christian eye, we can usually find hope and love and celebration in it, even if it's being portrayed as bad or other agendas. We have to be looking for what God has for us, and be careful what we view. But in most aspects, when I view things, I always tried to look for God, because God is in everything. And it has definitely, since taking this class, has changed the way I view shows or articles or anything that is media related. It has definitely opened my eyes to looking from it from a godly perspective. So thank you, and God bless.